All right, so I've got a little situation here. I run a lot of 4-frame nukes, and sometimes I try to stack them 2 and 3 boxes high to get them pretty strong, and they overwinter pretty decent that way. And this particular colony I'm fixing to work on, I would have lost money because I'd have bet you all day long they were dead. Middle of deer season, there was no activity. Well, even the beginning of hunting season, beginning of deer season, there was no activity at all around this colony, where other colonies, they were very active. There was absolutely nothing here. I couldn't hear anything. I didn't go into them because it was cold. And then the bottom of one of my boxes started to rot. And between the beginning of deer season and about middle ways of deer season, this box fell over. It's 3 4-frame boxes high. So there's 12 frames in it. Today is a horrible day to do this, but it's really all I got. It's 60 degrees, it's windy. And so I kept putting it off, just seeing what was left of the box, my frames or this, that, and other. And so now it is April 1st, and they played an April Fool's joke on me. I thought the colony was dead, but I was wrong. I came by this morning because a whole lot of things stacked up this year between catching the COVID and rainy weather on days I was off work, and most of all, just being a not very good beekeeper this year. I came by this morning and I was gonna just salvage the frames. I figured I was gonna have to scrape them because of wax moths and start over. Well, there's bees in it, and I don't know if they're bees that overwintered, and when it fell, they didn't have nowhere else to go, so they made it work. Or after it fell, I don't know, it could have been a swarm that moved in. I don't know. I'm fixing to find out, though. Let me get things situated, and I'll be back. They have got burr comb everywhere. There's a lot of bees in this box. I don't know if you can see that or not. A bunch of bees, and that's in the middle box. That girl's got eggs. I was hoping to see her. But she's got eggs all laid in this, and it was oriented upside down. They are resilient creatures. See what this next frame looks like. See if I can get me some smoke going. A lot of bees there. I can't remember if this queen was marked or not. They still got a little bit of honey. I tell you what, with all these eggs that I'm seeing, if I find a queen, great. If I don't, they'll make a new one. I need to get this out of the way. I guess that's blackberry nectar or dewberry nectar that they're bringing in. Man, I sure wish I could spot her. There's lots of eggs here. Lots of eggs. It is windy. I'm gonna stop my camera. I'm gonna stop. If I find something really cool, I'll be back. All right, so I've been through 2 boxes. I have not found the queen, but I did find something interesting. The frames were like this originally, but when they fell like that. Well, she's still laying top and bottom, just like they were straight up. There's capped brood, a good bit of capped brood. I don't know, I guess, I didn't ever figure they would do that. I figured they would do like 400 different directions of burr comb where they could get their comb vertical instead of horizontal. But she's treating this horizontal comb just like it's straight up and down like it's supposed to be. That's kind of surprising to me. I'm fixing to pick the bottom box. It's screwed to a screen bottom board. And I'm fixing to try to pick the whole bottom box up and set it right here on the mule. It has rotted pretty bad. I know. Y'all just settle down. Still hadn't found the queen. There's a lot of bees in those boxes. She could have very well been in there. And at this point, I'm in salvage mode, and there's plenty of eggs and day-old larvae in there. And if they decide, if I killed her or whatever, they've got plenty resources to make a new one. I don't particularly like using gloves, and I hadn't used gloves until this point, but they were a little agitated when I started to try to pick the box up. Now I got to figure out I think I got room for one more frame in that box. This is gonna be all stores here, it looks like. Looks like all my brood is in the, what's gonna be the bottom two boxes there now. Yep, these are field bees. They're not happy. Trying to see if by chance I can see a little patch of brood, but no, this is gonna be all nectar right here. Find the entrance and get back in. I want to clean as much of this burr comb off of all of this stuff as I can before I try to reuse it. And I'm not going to worry about this right now because there's nothing in it but nectar. I'll get to that in a minute. Let's see. All right, let's see what we got here. Probably more nectar. Nah, there's a patch of cat brood. I don't know how well you'll be able to see it. And larvae all the way around it. So I'm gonna start looking really close for the queen again. Well, I don't see her, so I'm fixing to shake all these off. Clean this frame up real quick and put this one in there. Let's see what this third frame looks like. I've had this box for so long, it's just disintegrated. Still a little bitty patch of brood. You see? There we go. Eggs and larvae right around the edge of that brood. Same on this side. They got pollen, a pretty good pollen band on the bottom of this. This must have been the, after they moved up, this must have been the bottom of the brood chamber. There we go. Had to make a little room. All right, so I'm out of decent 5-frame boxes. I'm gonna clean up one of their 4 frames and set on top of it. All right, let's see what this last frame looks like. They're bringing in pollen. I don't know, that looks like maybe propolis on that bee's leg. All right, let's see what we got here. Shouldn't be much of nothing. No, just some pollen and some honey. Feels like I've got a bee somehow or another. Might not have been in my jacket. All right, so I'm gonna shake this off into here. I'm gonna clean this frame. I'm gonna give them 3 more empty frames. And then I'm gonna wrap it up. Well, that's a wrap. Like I said, that turned out a whole lot better than I thought it would. I've got a pretty good bit of brood in that bottom box and that second box. And I got a little bit of brood and a decent amount of nectar in that third box. And I gave them a top box. Let's see, I've got 5, 10, and then 4 and 4. So they got 18 frames. This top box has 4 drawn frames ready for blackberry. And it won't be, probably won't be in but about another 3 weeks before the privet kicks in. Get off of me. Let me turn this camera around. I'm gonna show y'all. This is at my place. It was my great grandfather's farm. But that right there is a wall of nothing but privet. There's part of the food plot goes into there, shoots back. So there's another wall of privet. I've got, just in this field, it's probably 3 acres of solid privet. This used to be a 6-acre field, and the privet just kept encroaching and encroaching, and the deer plot got smaller and smaller and smaller. But I guess, you know, it all works out because the bees like the privet. So anyway, fixing to clean up my mess, head back to the house. Y'all have a good day.